welcome to SCLC TV, coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Maynard Eaton, and of course our President and CEO, Dr. Charles Steele. Dr. Steele, we're behind the stage where much of the festivities are going on. You're headed to a march right now to lead a march. How important is this, the 50th anniversary of Dr. King's assassination?
Well, it's very important, Maynard, due to the fact that we are here 50 years later, and all of the economists and all of the experts in dealing with job creation and dealing with this country as a whole, saying that we're worse off today than we were 50 years ago. We're in trouble, and the state of Black America is at zero in terms of economics. We can't go to the banks, get loans, can't start small businesses, and it's economic slavery.
Has the civil rights movement failed? Is that we're fault for that, or as a country?
You got me excited. I think the civil rights movement failed to the point that we didn't continue to stay on the battlefield to let folks know that even though you accomplish certain goals, particularly the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voter Rights Act, that even though you accomplish those, you don't rest on your laurels. You have to continue, Maynard, and we know this, and we failed to do this.
We sat down after he died, you think, or?
We sat down, rest on our laurels, and it has nothing to do with the academic part of what we thought integration was going to do in terms of us being upward mobility of opportunities. It's all about racism, number one, poverty, number two, and militaristic, number three. Those same ills are worse today than it was when Dr. King was living.
Now, 50 years ago, Dr. King died working on behalf of the sanitation workers here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
We're told today Memphis is still the poorest city in the country.
It's the poorest metropolitan area in the country, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And what we must realize is that it's not going to get any better. We had a great speech from Bishop Blake last night when he said you can't expect elected officials or president to free us. We have to free ourselves. He also brought about a concern, Maynard, that we don't have relationships internationally. Now, what we must realize, we have to go abroad and build a relationship. I know because I travel very.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. I travel very extensively abroad, and what that does, it brings about the stabilization of the world in terms of what we do in terms of civil rights. They want this, and they say without this, we would not be successful.
Are we working at odds with other folks about this Poor People's Campaign? You are trying to revive it. Others are calling themselves leaders of the Poor People Campaign. Is it about being poor, or is it about who's going to be the leader?
Well, first of all, Dr. King had those same problems. You just don't quit doing what you know God has brought you to do. And you're going to have people try to emulate, imitate, and take over whatever has been created. The umbrella and the banner is here. You don't have a new Poor People Campaign. You either poor or poor, and that's it. It's not new. It's always been there. And America has to clean up. We're talking about, Dr. King said, redistribution of the wealth. Some people call it reparation. Let's say reparation, giving it back to African Americans and poor people what we deserve. What is reparation? The root word is repair. Repair, America. Let's cut out this mess. The leak is going to turn into a flood. Let's repair the system.
Finally, you're here in Memphis, Tennessee, as president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Your thoughts today? Is this a poignant time for you?
It's a very moving time for me because we at ground zero and nothing has changed. It's bigger than just getting on TV or giving a speech. You have to work at this and give your life on a daily basis.
Ladies and gentlemen, our President and CEO, Dr. Charles Steele Jr., I'm Maynard Eaton, reporting to you from Memphis, Tennessee for SCLC TV.